Hey y'all, it's Chicken Nugget Enthusiast. Today I will be starting my series of my massive rotational gameplay in The Sims 4. There are 54 active households. I haven't seen any other simmers do anything like this. A lot of the times it's legacy challenges, or they're just playing with one household doing different scenarios. So I really wanted to cater to those who also play rotational. Obviously, this is not one of the original characters from that family. This one is Jose. He is the younger sibling of Olivia Kim Lewis. His partner is currently at university, and with that, let's just get started. Currently, Jose is a young adult. He has 20 days until he ages up. He is a loner, a goofball, creative. He's alluring. Let us go into cast. So he has a custom shirt, but these are his outfits. It is currently Monday, so we should probably get his work task done before the morning. He is a programmer. He has a computer in his room, so let's get to work on that. I typically try to do some plugins or side jobs, something that gives him extra money, just because doing only the practice, I mean, it will level up their skill, but it doesn't produce any more income. And now that he's living in this giant house alone, we're going to need all the income that we can get to keep up with the bills until his partner graduates and moves in. I have several students at university right now from different households, and it takes, I think it's like 5 days per semester. So that's kind of a long time. I'm considering moving them back in with their partners and trying to get families started and stuff. I haven't really decided, so leave a comment what you think about that. So I tend to move them in like right as they age up and get their family started, get them married, all that jazz. I'm wondering if I should be waiting till a little bit later, let the young adults live their lives, work through things. No, he hated skill day. I didn't get here early enough. I usually play until just after midnight in the previous house, and then start up with the next one. I frequently, if there's a holiday, I'll wait until 2 in the morning because the holiday messes with whether they can achieve the goals or not. This time I did not, so he's a little bit mad about that. It takes forever to get between floors in this gosh darn 3-story house. But unfortunately, before Olivia died, which was in the last round, and before Jose's other sister moved out, I had them on the other floors. So this pink one was Olivia's. This other pink and black one, which you can't really see right now. Let me turn on the light. Let me just turn them all on. This was his sister's room. I don't think I've given Jose a lot of hobbies. I've just been focusing on his career and relationship with his partner. So let me know if you have any ideas about what we should get him into. I can't remember. He might have been in either the tech club or in the chess club in high school. So this is his other sister. She is erratic, a geek, and self-assured. The active was a earned trait that I just accepted, but I wouldn't say it's a main trait of hers. And she is married to one of the Delgados. Oh, he's napping. I hate when they do that. They take a nap instead of sleeping, which is a lot slower. And he's got things to do. He starts work in 2 hours. Yes, I did, in fact, name my Halloween pumpkin carnival. If you know, you know. Let's see. More money and prestige, but more work and responsibility. Should I try to get a promotion? Yes, we love that for you. Having Sims go to a non-active career when you are playing a giant rotational save is a lifesaver. Because a lot of the times, so when I was playing like 3 days at a time, it would take me at least like 2 hours every time I would play a family. So you really have to sit down and commit. And I'd usually only get through one family any given day, which can get really tiring and long. And by the time that you get all the way back around, it's been 54 days if you've been playing every day. Man, you're tired because you took a nap instead of sleeping. You're not even going to make it up the stairs. I'm just going to have you sleep down here. That's good enough for now. He is starting to burn out, though, so we should maybe take a day off. Does anyone else never take days off for their Sims? I just don't think about it, and I'm always trying to level up their career. Despite playing on normal lifespan, it always feels super difficult to get them through a full career. Are there any trick-or-treaters yet? No, there is a ghost, though. I don't know her. Alright, no, don't drink water when you have to pee. Did that one just break too? Aw, man. We just have some bonus water fountains. Little water feature, how fancy. We still have not decorated. Let me buy that box right now. Maybe in the next round we can do some renovations, or when his partner moves in. Since it's been this way since the long gone parents were here. Oh, let's put up some decorations. We do have some fences. Okay. I know these are already on there, but I'm just going to do that so that the task is fulfilled. And I need to slap a costume on him. We should probably also turn the air off since it's only warm out. Okay, wear a costume. You can be Luke Skywalker. There we go. Alright, you are satisfied enough for this holiday. Now, go to sleep for real. Like sleep, not nap, sleep. His partner is currently in between semesters, so if you've ever played with university on a rotational save, things get very messed up. You have to essentially go through an entire semester and then move on to the next household. Otherwise, they lose progress in that semester. They either fail it or the classes just end and they haven't made any progress. And that money is already gone for their tuition, the rent that they had to pay to be at the university, things like that. But that does mean that he should have time during the day to hang out with us. Let's take a vacation day. His partner is Josh Foster. They have amazing compatibility. He is a romantic, goofball, and a geek. And fine because of the conservation water. Well, that's unfortunate. Especially since he's here alone. How much water could he be using? It must have been from the broken sinks. Let's see if we can invite Josh here.
Listeners. Panda. Snursh, Wallop, Epso.
Oh goodness, I'm having a time. I just want to be able to see both their faces.
Watuni, Sepsito.
Alright.
Oh.
Let's see. Well, we might as well do some of the festival actions while we're here. Hopefully this debate isn't angry. Seems happy so far. Why do you need to apologize? Has anyone else felt like the apologize comes up very frequently lately? What was that? Where did Josh go? Uh-oh. Joshua. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's going to the bar. What are you doing, Josh? What? Oh dear. Let's also do some romantic actions.
Ravobi, Sacranario Manza.
I think I already did that, but I'm gonna do that again.
Arvane Zanko, Binar, Pelkatu.
I hope when The Sims 5 comes out, there are more interactions. I know there's quite a few now. The pie menu's gotten fairly extensive, but sometimes it feels like you're doing the same interactions over and over.
Sharp Galmu, Ukaru, Kwambu, Rugi Payun, Vilperbre, Shirsa, Gibaru, Wiftin Bays, Dulaine Fanjip, Rishim Prida, Bafani.
They both have surprisingly deep voices. They don't look like they would have the voices they do. But if I'm bringing Sims in from the gallery or custom, sometimes I will change their voices, but I try to leave them if they were born into the game or adopted. I try to leave them true to their genes. I feel like voices aren't as hereditary. I don't know if they are at all in the game. But I like to pretend that they are at least. Oh, this is another one of my Sims in a different household. This is Deshandra. Jose is just doing his own thing. Oh, here's another one of my Sims. So this is Fen Fang. She is from a large Chinese family. She married a Japanese guy who was an exchange student. I've also been playing with Evie Delgado. She married one of my custom Sims. Or rather, I think the family came from the gallery. There were two, and they merged, but we'll get into that later. think Josh and Jose are kind of doing their own thing now. The nice thing about having so many active households that I play is a lot of these sims are sims that I'm familiar with. They're not just random townies. So this is another one. This is Chadia Raider. This is another one. This is Renji. We also have Grace Harris. So this is actually the daughter-in-law of Deshandra, who we just saw at the bar. We've also been playing with Savannah Price. She was in high school years, but I pulled her out. So there were a few sims from a few households that I wanted to play with, but I didn't want all of the extra sims in their family. So I put them in one household. They were actually living in the house that Chadia is in now, but they were living with Chadia's partner as kind of a foster parent, almost. This is another one that I play with. This is Marlin. This is just kind of a preview of all the people that we'll see throughout the series. I don't want to go too much into all of them because it'll just get to be too much. Here's another one. This is Albert. But let's travel back home. We can work on our programming task for the day. Alright, back home. Our needs are still pretty good, so I'm just going to go straight to the programming. We're going to have to work on his aspirations too. I am very lazy about going on actual dates. I don't love gold events. So I tend to just do the romantic interactions, and sometimes I will take partners to a place, but I don't actually set it as a real date. So I need to work on that. I've also historically ignored the aspirations a lot, but I'm trying to work on getting better at completing those. Let's get some more leftovers. Let me see how many leftovers we have. Okay, we only have 2 left of that. When Olivia was still around, she would just grill like crazy. I'm sure other people have experienced that bug, where if you have a grill in your house, they just keep doing it, whether they're hungry or not, whether there's fridge in the food or not, they just be grilling. And it got really annoying because the grill all comes in like party size. Everything is like 8 to 12 servings or something ridiculous. And if they're doing it all the time, sometimes multiple times a day, you only have a handful of people in your household. It takes a long time to get through all that. And it's a waste of money. And especially when they're living in a huge house like this. We really need every penny. So we're only 5 minutes away from midnight. Since it is not a holiday, there's no goals. We're just going to end it there. And let me go back to the world. We can take a preview of what household we're going to play in the next episode of the series. Alright, so this is who we're going to play next. This is the Walters. They are descended from one of the base game families. I did not create them. So we have Cassandra Walter. She is partnered with, let's see. Oh no, she is partnered with Nina. And then we have Kale and Walter. Now, Kale and Walter, I don't know what happened. There are a lot of base game families that got intertwined. A lot of them are related to each other because I waited so long to pull them into my gameplay. So, Kaylin is related to quite a few families, which gets a little tricky when you're trying to coordinate who these Sims are going to end up with. But Kaylin is with Nilesh over here. And then we have Nikki Walter. She isn't about to age up in the next round, but I might just age her up early because she's going to end up with someone who's a teen in a different world. Now, he just turned 18 in the round before last, but I like to keep it within about 5 days of each other if I possibly can. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger of a gap, but because I tend to start those families so early in young adulthood, it ends up being just that sim waiting around for the teen to age up, and that's just not how I like to play. The last one in this house is Lincoln. Lincoln, I haven't really decided who he's going to end up with. I think I've kind of searched around, and I don't know that I have anyone for him, so we might be pulling someone in from the gallery. So stay tuned for that. Alright, and then lastly, I just wanted to give a little preview of how I keep track of all these Sims. So this is a massive family tree. I have all of my active households in this tree. Clearly, they're not all related. How I keep track of that is I give each family a different color. So let's find where Jose is. I believe he is down here. Yes. Okay. So here is Jose. They have this dark color. I think it's solid black. And how I start that is I started this after the parents were already gone. So I don't have them included here. But I do have the 3 siblings, and then I connect them to their partner. The way that I choose which color to connect them with is whoever I want to keep the last name. Frequently, it'll be the male partner. Sometimes it will be like in this family over here. So here, it's this lesbian couple. But the Maos are a fairly big family. We saw Fen Fang earlier, so she's part of this family. In that gameplay, it was all girls in the family, and it was very important to the parents that their legacy lived on. So I had the one lesbian in the family keep the last name. And when I do this, I do keep the maiden name in the chart here just because I want to know what family they came from. I want to keep track of who's related to who. And in theory, I could do 2 colors when they get connected, but then as the generations go on, there'll be so many colors per line and they'll get really thick. So I haven't gone that route, and the way that they're connected should help me decide if these people are related. And for the most part, the game is going to know, but as the generations go on, I don't think the game remembers that far back. So I want to make sure I keep that separate. As you can see, we have a ton of Sims here. They are roughly broken down by generation. So at the top, we have older parents or some of the original Sims that I started with. So the original parents that I started with, Aaron Davis and Charlotte Pierce. We have Michael, Catalina, Ricky, Antonia. They broke up, hence the X. But he is the father of the kids, so I kept him in here. She remarried Renji, who we saw earlier. We have the Fosters. This is Josh's parents. His mom is related to Darian, their siblings. Then he married their roommate, who is also her best friend. As it goes down, we get the next generation. So we have the children that I started with. I try to keep all of the siblings in the same row, but sometimes they are such an age gap that I just move one down. It gets a little bit tricky as the generations go on. So as you can see here, these are teens because they had their child very young. So in that same generation, we have kids and teens. It just varies. But Lola is about to age up, so it'll vary even more. So I started staggering a little bit more than that. I did make another row down, and while they're technically same generation as these, so only one removed from the parents in this row, because they're such a different age, I made it a new row. It'll make it easier when they find partners, because they'll be in that same age group. This next generation here is mostly babies, toddlers, and then some kids that have recently aged up. We have a lot of people in this tree, and as we go on, it gets messy. Some of these lines go really far in several directions. That's because as they marry their partners, we have to keep them connected to parents on both sides, but we also need to connect them together as a couple. So the children don't always end up right under the parents, but those colors help indicate that these people are, in fact, their children, they're related. That's a little overview. You can also see Josh's siblings. So we have Derek, and then we have Molly. Derek is actually the biological child of Josh's parents. Josh was adopted, although he looks relatively similar to his siblings because he also has the blonde hair. And then Molly was also adopted, but she looks so much like Derek. They have the same coloring. They're both very tan, both blonde. So they're a cute little family. And I am going to wrap it up there. We can revisit this as we go through.